The Witch, a recent family tale based on the Baba Yaga folk story from Andrew Lang, Yellow Fairy Book. Once upon a time, there was a peasant whose wife died, leaving him with twins, a boy and a girl. For some years, the poor man cared for the children as best he could, but at least he married again. However, the twin stepmother was very cruel to them and beat them and half-starved them. All day she thought of nothing but how she could get rid of them. At last, an evil idea came to her, and one morning she said to them, "I am going to send you to visit my granny who lives in a dear little hut in the wood. You will have to work hard for her, but she will take care of you." So the children left the house with only a bottle of milk and a piece of ham and a hunk of bread. The little sister, who was very wise for her years, said to the brother, "Our stepmother is not sending us to her granny, but to a wicked witch. We must be polite and kind to everyone and never touch a crumb belonging to anyone else. Then, who knows, someone might help us." And they struck out into the great gloomy wood. Eventually, the children saw in the thickest of the trees a little hut. There was a dear peep inside, and there lay the witch, with her head on the threshold, a foot in each corner, and her knees cocked up, almost touching the ceiling. "Who's there?" she snarled. Thought the twins were terrified. They answered politely, "Good morning, Granny. Our stepmother has sent us to serve you." "See that you do it well," then growled the witch. "If I am pleased with you, I'll reward you, but if I am not, I'll cook you in the oven." So she sat the girl down to spin yarn, and she gave a boy a sieve in which to carry water from the well, and she herself went out into the wood. The girl began weeping bitterly because she could not spin, but soon she heard hundreds of little feet, and from every hole in the hut mice came pattering, squeaking, and saying, "Little girl, why are your eyes so red? If you want help, then give her some bread." Then the mice told her that the witch had a cat, and the cat was very fond of ham. If she got the cat her ham, it would show her the way out of the wood, and in the meantime they would spin the yarn for her. So the girl set out to look for the cat, and she was hunting Bob. She met her brother. He was in great trouble because he did not carry from the well in a sieve. As it came pouring out as fast as he put it in it, as she was trying to comfort him, they heard a rustling of wings and a flight of wrens alight the ground beside them. The wren said, "Give us some crumbs so that you need not grieve." They thought the water will stay in the sieve. Then the cucumbers also appeared on the ground, and the wren picked out and chirped. When they had eaten the classroom, they told the boy to fill the hose of the sieve with clay, and then to draw water from the well. So he did what they said and carried the sieve full of water into the hut without spilling a drop. When they entered the hut, the cat was curled up on the floor. They stroked her and fed her with ham, and said to her, "Pussy, tell us how to get away from the witch." The cat thanked them for the ham and gave them a pocket handkerchief and a comb, and told the children what they should do with them to escape. The cat had scarcely finished speaking when the witch returned. "Well, you have done well enough," she grumbled, "but tomorrow you have something more difficult to do, and if you don't eat well, straight into the oven you go." Half dead with fright, the poor children lay down to sleep with a straw in the corner of the hut. They dare not close their eyes and scarcely breathe. In the morning, the witch gave the girl 2 pieces of linen to weave before night, and the boy a pile of wood to chop. Then the witch left them to their task and went out into the wood. As soon as she was outside, the children took the comb, and holding hands, they ran. First they made the witch watchdog. He was going to them to pieces, but they threw the remote of their bread to him, and he awoke his tail. Then they were hindered by the big trees, whose branches almost put their eyes out. But the sister tied the twigs together with her hair ribbon, and they got safely cut out onto the open field. Meantime, in the hut, the cat was busy weaving the linen. The witch returned to see how the children were getting, and she cried up to the window and whispered, "Are you weaving, my dear?" "Yes, Granny, I am weaving," answered the cat. Then the witch realized that the children had escaped. She was furious and hit the cat, screeching, Why did you let the children leave the hut?" But the cat spat and answered, "I have served you all this year, and you never even threw me a bone. But the children gave me their own piece of ham." Then the witch was filled with the and with the birch tree, because they had the children pass. But the answered, "I have served all this year, and they gave me so much as scraps, but they gave me their own loaf of bread." And we rustled its leaf and said, "I served you longer than I can say, and you never even tied a bit of twine around my branch." But the children bound their already bright ribbon. So the witch saw there was no help to be got from her old servants, and she mounted her broom and set off the children herself. As the twins ran, they heard the sound of broom close behind them. They remembered what the cat had told them and threw the kerchief over their shoulders. Instantly, a deep broad river flowed behind them. It took the witch a long time to pry over a broomstick, but at last she got across and continued just faster than before. As the children ran, they heard the broom close behind them. So quick as thought, they did what the cat had done and threw the comb down on the ground. In an instant, a dense forest sprang up, in which the roots and branches were quickly intertwined, and the witch to waft away through it. When the witch came to, she found that there was nothing for it to turn around and go back to her hut, tearing her hair with rage. The twin ran straight on till they reached home. Their father already had suffered and was angry with this time of day, and he drove her out of the house and never had her return. Then he and the children lived happily ever after. The end.